That'll pass.
Yeah.
I just shit out my ass.
What's up?
Put it on my
Put it on my
face.
PC.
Okay, you got it. Say.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Loot Lounge. This is episode 11, and today we have a brand new panel with us. Today we're going to be talking about the brand new chapter as well as the upcoming event in just a couple of days. So it's going to be a fun-packed episode. But first of all, I got to introduce the guests that we have on today's episode. So as always, we got the first co-host, which is Purex.
Yo.
It's good to be back, dude. It's been, what, like 3-4 weeks? Another big gap, so...
It's been a while, yeah.
Yep. Fun. For the next guest we have, actually, so all of these people that we have on today are brand new. They have not been on the podcast. So first up, we have Joker.
Hello there.
How are you today, Joker? Well, tonight for you.
I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Just not even tired, so yeah.
That's good. Next up, we have my boy PBJ.
What's going on, you guys? I make short little videos on YouTube at the Fortnite storyline.
I love how enthusiastic that was. I love it. So good.
Right.
Oh,
Next up, we have my boy Snazzy.
Hey guys, how's it going? I basically am a Twitter Fortnite content creator, and I just post about news and make discussion posts, and cause riots over there. That's what I do. Come check it out.
Nice. And then lastly, we have Tater as well.
Hello. I do Fortnite art, and that's basically it.
Nice. So what I'll do is, so you guys just gave a brief summary, but I'll try and get a bit of detail on just not too long, but just like a bit of a summary on like how you started and why you started doing it.
alright, so I'm a virtual photographer, mainly do photography in, Fortnite. I started because, I just wanted to try to get my name out there a little bit more, and I like doing art, and I like taking pictures as well, so I thought I'd combine one and one, and now I'm doing my passion of doing photography, so yeah.
Nice. And you obviously enjoy it quite a lot because you're always posting and
Yep, I'll try to do it at least a few times a week.
nice. What about you, PBJ? Do you want to
Alright.
elaborate a bit more on what you do?
Well, when I was like 12, my friend said he was going to start a YouTube channel and he got a GoPro and he was doing story time videos. I was like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I was like, what do I do all day? Oh, I play Fortnite. Let's make Fortnite videos. Ooh, mysterious bunker on the map. Let's get inside of it. That's literally one of my first videos. I
That's
just broke
cool.
into the bunker. There's nothing
Great.
in there, but it was fun.
I remember when everyone was so fascinated about the bunker, trying to see like what was in it, and then like
Oh,
we
yeah.
got revealed in the Batman comics like ages later about
Yeah.
what it was.
That was actually sick, though. I like that idea.
That was, yeah. What about you, Snazzy? Elaborate a bit more on what you do and why you do it, how you did it.
So I do a lot of discussion posts on Twitter, and the way I kind of got into it was, I started off on YouTube when I was 12, just like PBJ. I got a job about a year ago as a social media manager for a company I work for, and I kind of fell in love with all the figuring out ideas to get the most engagement, and kind of like just I love seeing how people react to content. So I went to school as a video editor, and found that I really like the idea crafting part, not the actual like content creation part, because you can't usually do both in the industry at the same time, unfortunately. So I got into it on the Fortnite community, and I just love coming up with like ideas to get people talking, you know.
Nice.
So I come up with news and stuff, and I mean, thousands of people respond to my tweets every day. It's awesome.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so fun.
That's good. That's what we want. What about you, Tater?
Yes,
How'd you come along doing art and
I've always been interested in art and content creation. I was like the first generation of iPad kid. I loved YouTube.
That's amazing.
Like in 2018, the peak of Fortnite, my brother showed me Fortnite, and I will admit I was super obsessed with it. I probably should mention the
8
part
hours
where
a
I
day.
became a Fortnite theorist in like 2022,
yeah?
very start of it.
Okay.
And
She actually
I did
invented
that
the
for a
5
while.
realities.
Oh god.
Blame
Don't.
Tater.
Hopefully, Saya doesn't
No,
listen to this.
no, I swore that I would not mention the 5 realities.
5 realities.
What is it?
But I kind of just stemmed off of that, and I've been creating Fortnite art ever since it was shown to me by my brother.
Nice.
That's awesome.
You guys should
Bro.
definitely check everyone in here. We'll do like plugs at the end, but definitely check out everyone. What do you guys thing, we'll get straight into the first question, then we can kind of get the conversation flowing.
All right,
I'll
let's
start off
do
with
it.
you, Purex. What did you guys enjoy about this season, and what did you dislike about this season?
Well, I enjoyed the nostalgia. I got to play with a friend that I met back in Chapter 1, Season 7.
Nice.
Had a lot of fun there. Aside from that, I don't really know what I've. Oh yeah, I've been playing ranked, and for some reason I find it fun.
Yep. Do you normally
Yeah.
play
What was the
ranked?
question again?
What do you enjoy? What did you enjoy
No,
about
I
this season?
don't.
What did
I
you dislike?
don't. Oh, what did I enjoy and what did I dislike? I don't normally play ranked, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
Ranked
enjoyed the
is
nostalgia. I enjoyed playing the old map again because
That was
I
good.
love that map so much. The memories, no matter which location I go to, I just love it. Um, what did I dislike? I dislike that they didn't keep the full changes from the certain seasons. I get it has
Literally was
to
what
do
I
with
was
the
gonna say, yeah.
storyline and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I get it has to do with the storyline, but like season 7, basically all the other POIs from the ice biome is not there. Season 8 wasn't even involved, and season 8 is my favorite season of all time. So yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
probably
Rest
what
in
I dislike
peace.
about this season.
Rest in
I
peace.
think for like
Valid.
the thing that I personally liked it all. Obviously the nostalgia factor coming back in. I got to play with like my current friends, which are like Purex and Ban and everybody else that you guys have seen on the podcast. I got to play with them during like the best time of my life on the map. So like being able to bring this map back and play with the new people is amazing. I even got to play with an
True.
old squad as well. I got to play with my OG squad, which was just an incredible
sir.
feeling. So I love that. The thing that I dislike would be the same as what Purex said, is that I hated, or not hated, but I disliked how they didn't keep the changes kind of like, for example, season 8, we didn't get the jungle biome. Season 7, they didn't bring back polar. Like, I wish they kept the map specifically
Yeah.
exclusive to those seasons. So when we went into season
Mhm.
7, we got the proper season 7 map. Same with season 8. So that's my only dislike, I think, about this season. This is probably like the most played season, probably since like chapter 3, season 1. Like, I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably dumped the most time into the season
Hell
since, yeah, like you said, Chapter 3, Season 1, probably.
Yeah.
For real.
What about you,
And
Jay?
actually,
Oh, you go, Pee Wee.
oh, no.
That's okay. You go, bro.
All right. No, but about the ranked thing, I feel like everybody's been playing more ranked.
I
Like,
agree, yeah.
Same here.
Do you think
I
it's 'cause of
think
the
it's 'cause of
umbrellas?
AI though. No, I think it's 'cause of the AI. Like,
Okay.
you
It's
try
the
a
most
ranked match
genuine
and then you're like,
experience.
"Oh, wait, this is a lot more fun because there's no AI." And it's not like I'm running into a bot every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
Yeah,
there's been an increase in bots, and I think it's for the OGs that return. They don't wanna be sweated on. Fortnite was actually probably worried about that because that's what they were all saying that would happen. But
Mm.
I feel like probably a little
Yep.
too many AI. That's why ranked was so popular.
I had
Yeah, I mean,
I
they.
agree.
They
Go
also
ahead.
buffed ranked, so it makes it a lot easier to level up, which is way more satisfying as well.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the way. The reason they brought bots into the game in the first place is because new players just were being crushed, and
Yeah.
then so I mean, having everyone come back that like haven't played in years, like they. Yeah, I think you're right.
Mhm.
They probably increased the bots just to make people feel like they're
Yeah.
playing decently.
I find it funny
Yeah.
as well because like I kind of feel bad at the same time because like obviously there's some pretty cool rewards for playing ranked. Like you've got the dog
Mhm.
tag back bling, got the 2 gliders, and I felt bad because
Yeah.
everybody was grinding to get like that specific glider, and because they would show like your Unreal rank and stuff like that, and then.
Mhm.
Fortnite status tweeted out saying that, oh look, we're going to be giving it away to anyone
Oh,
that just
yeah.
completes one quest. So I kind of felt bad for everyone that was playing ranked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it got bugged or something. They had to cancel all of them. So
Yeah, which sucks. So, but I mean, I'm happy because I didn't grind it, but I'm gonna get a free glider out of it. So,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah. What about you, Jacob? What did you enjoy about this season? What did you dislike?
Well, I did love reliving the whole nostalgia feeling, landing at my lonely lodge. Loved it. Being able to experience the new map with my best mate that I met in chapter 2, season 1. Like, me and him have been playing lots of ranked, nearly at Unreal. Yeah, I just really enjoy reliving those memories around this map.
Nice.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Something I dislike is with the loot pool. I love this loot pool, but they didn't put like the specific items from specific seasons with their matching seasons. Like there was like the inventory rifle. I'm pretty sure got added in season 9 and 10, where I'm pretty sure it got added in season 8. Like,
Yeah,
Ah.
it would have been nice if they'd like I don't know. The attention to detail would have just been like a nice touch, you know.
Yeah.
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 Drum shotgun. Yuck. Yeah. The like apart from that with the map as well, like I understand for lore reasons, but yeah, I really miss my Happy Hamlet as well. Like
Oh,
Happy
Happy
Hamlet was
Hamlet
so
was
good.
I forgot
good.
about Happy. Oh my god.
Me too.
Yeah.
Happy Hamlet
Oh.
was so
Yeah.
good.
That's such a
That was
I didn't
charming
good.
care for it.
location.
I love how
Oh,
I like.
I love how we're saying we love it, and then Taylor's like, I don't care for it.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
It was like, what are you guys all on about?
And we didn't get
Yeah.
Starry Suburbs.
Oh, PBJ, don't.
Oh
Man, that's gonna
my
make me tear up,
gosh.
bro.
That
That
was
was one of my favorite
criminal.
locations. I love
Bro.
that
That was
so
so
much.
good.
Again, I
So
don't care for it.
beautiful.
Get
No.
taco
Wow.
time.
Get out of
Is
here.
it, like no taco time memories?
Doesn't
Like
give a fuck.
you know.
That's one thing that I do miss.
Taco
Like
time.
the rift zones for season X.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
fun.
I wish they
Yeah.
brought all that
kinda-
back.
That
I'm
would be
kind of
cool.
glad Moisty Mire and or
Yeah, that one was
Moisty
weird.
Palms and Taco Time didn't come back.
Yeah,
Those are
people
like my
dislike
two
that.
Oh,
least
come
favorite
on.
ones.
Taco
I'm
Time's
sorry.
great.
The
That was when
party
I was
till
playing
the-
comp. I was playing comp, and that was so
Oh,
stupid.
dude, I
hated
agree
it.
with you. I agree with you.
Okay,
bro.
it should have been
Yeah,
in
competitive too.
competitive.
in
but
my,
yeah.
but in my
Yeah, I
opinion, that was
agree.
what made it fun. That was fun. We don't do that
Yeah.
anymore.
Mhm.
Like I remember we'd be doing like build battles, and next was like, we just all start like dancing around.
yeah.
I hated it because I was so competitive back then. I hated
Especially,
it.
especially off spawn, because you'd like finally get a shotgun, you shoot somebody for like 96, and then it'd be like taco time. They're full health.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, because
Oh yeah, I forgot it regenerates. Oh my
Yeah,
god, I
that was a
forgot that.
pain. Yeah. It would have been nice if it still did the taco time just for like, jokes and laughs, but then it didn't regen your
Yeah.
health because that was annoying. But
Yeah.
it's all over now,
Yeah.
so we never got it back. So
Also, no mix. I was quite sad because I loved running away from the mix. It was a
I did too, actually.
lovely feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Mex
say
would have
lovely,
been
it was
a
terrifying.
nice thing to have back.
I quite like.
I feel like people are better at dealing with them now too. Like I feel like people were just sucked
Yeah.
back in the day and couldn't like
definitely,
figure out
for
how to
sure.
deal with them.
Yeah.
If they were in the
Like,
game now, I
compare-
feel like people would be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like, if you remember like the Chapter 2 Season 8 mix, they were so worse than the ones in Chapter 1. Like they were so
Yeah.
easy to combat.
Oh, 100%.
And you have boogie bombs in the loot pool right now. Like people can just throw them at them
Mhm,
and like
yep.
you'd be
Oh, yeah,
instantly
true.
dead.
Another thing I'll say that I really loved about this season was the bush. The bush
But
item.
The
yeah,
what?
it was good.
That came in
Yes.
clutch.
what?
Yes, the bush.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
because
good.
like
The
It-
bush.
perfect
Oh, the
storm of
bush.
bombs.
I would
I thought you
almost
said
say
the push. I was like,
Okay,
The
I don't know if
bush.
anyone knows the answer to this, but did the bush always negate
yes.
one hit?
Not-
Not
not
at the
always,
start,
but-
but it did in season X, I think.
yeah, at a
I
certain
was like
season.
I was like taken off guard by it, and like at first I was like hitting people. I'm like, why am I not like destroying these kids because they keep negating that first shotgun shot, and it was so annoying. Now I'm used to it, obviously, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've done that for a bit. I remember people were complaining that the bushes were getting useless because people started knowing about them,
Yeah.
and then they
Mm.
changed them.
Do you know when they added that feature for like how it got rid of the?
I think season X.
Oh, okay.
it sounds like it was.
Not
Because
season
I
long
X.
remember they also. Do you guys remember the balloons? You couldn't actually use weapons with balloons back in the day. You had to hold
Yes.
the balloon,
Yep.
and then they changed that as
Yeah.
well because they were
That
useless.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's amazing how much they actually like
And it
just change small things, and you don't realize until like the item comes back. You're like, oh, this is a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice sometimes.
What about you, PBJ?
Mm.
What did you like and then dislike about this season?
I'll be the classic. I liked the nostalgia. I like dropping in Viking Village, little Westworld, whatever you want to call it, Mexico, whatever. It's like those little
Love that.
places are what's fun. It helped me realize kind of how they need to do with Chapter 5 and the upcoming chapters. Like, you need the small POIs that are almost better than the real POIs. Like Retail Row, I'd rather land like Westworld. And Retail Row is probably
True.
one of my favorites anyway, but like all those little side places, like even the buildings up by Wailing Woods, like the little houses,
Yes,
even though they're copy and paste, it's for some reason it's still nice.
they're
Like
good to
I
land
feel
at.
like we
Yeah.
don't really get like I feel like we don't really get that in the new chapters, which I feel like we need. We need those little like the little bonus little places. And then honestly, even better than that, I think, was the loot pool because it was just the same as chapter 1 this way. But in chapter 3, I was thinking, I was like, why does it feel a little slow? And I think honestly a big point is because the weapons, like you'd have mythics and you'd have gold scars and stuff, but
Mhm.
every gun would be the same every rarity. So like you'd have common and it's the same as the gold one. And it's like in chapter 1, they didn't do that. They would have a blue SMG and then a purple P90,
Yep.
or they'd have a blue pump and a purple spaz. Like, you know when somebody has a good gun, you know when they're gonna do more damage. And especially with like mythics, you would in chapter 1 there would be only one mythic, and in chapter 3 and 4 there was multiple mythics, and if it's a mythic, it's most of the time the same weapons that you would already have, so you can't even tell if it's a mythic or not.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll use the foundations. That was the best mythic of chapter 3, but
That was so
hit
good.
and 4, I guess. But you it was still an MK7 and it was the exact same gun. It just shot faster and aimed better, which is it was a good enough mythic, but like it's the same gun.
Yeah. I feel
And
like
I like when
there's
it's a little different.
I like the reward factor in chapter 1,
Mhm.
like specifically when we first launched up in the OG season, like it was so hard to get like a gold pump or like a purple
Yeah.
SMG and stuff. But when
Yeah.
you got it, you felt so happy, like you're like, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
like the best thing ever. But now, like for
Remember.
example, like chapter 4, like there was so many mythics, so
Mhm.
many rarities of these guns, like it's just there's no reward factor for it, and that's one thing I do miss.
Yeah,
But
like
yeah,
if you get a gold. Oh.
I was just gonna say the mythic guns are way too common, and like the
Mhm.
heisted weapons, everything was like way too
Yep.
easy to get. I feel like you said, Jake, the weapons now are like, you find a gold scar, you're like, holy crap, my gold scar. Not I'm gonna find like 40 mythic weapons on the chapter 4 map, and I don't even pick up half of them because I've already got
Yeah.
10 others
Yep.
in my loadout. But yeah,
And in my opinion, peak mythics were like Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity Blade, and Chapter 2, Season 2 and 3. Because whenever Chapter 2,
bro.
Season 2 and 3, like, you know where you would go if you wanted one, and if you didn't want one that game, then you would just not go there, and you'd maybe find it later. But, like the Shockwave Launcher and stuff, and Kit's Shotgun, like, that was a goated, like, duo. And then the Infinity Blade is so OP that and you know it's coming, but, like, if you can manage to kill him, you might be able to just easily win the game like that. And the
That
same
was
with the Infinity
fun.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
If you get that,
Mhm.
it's OP, but it's literally Thanos. Who cares if it's broken? He destroys worlds, whatever. Like, like you know what I'm saying? Like people
Yeah, yeah.
complain, and it's like Thanos is too good. It's Thanos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just get good.
And that's like another like it's going back to the reward factor as well, because there's only one,
Yeah,
and you feel so like excited that you've got it, and you
it's
try and go
enough.
to get it as
Yeah,
well. And I don't know, I just think some people complain about stuff instead of just having fun and actually just enjoying
yeah.
things like that. But
hmm
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know a negative thing really. I feel like I guess the same thing as yours, but in my opinion, I see it in a good way because it's only a month long. If they change the
exactly.
map too much
Yeah,
anyway, it'd be a little confusing for especially the new people. It
true.
would make sense for the old people, but for the new people, it would be a little confusing if the map changed every day.
One thing
So
I do appreciate is how they have managed to keep kind of like all the popular POIs, but still sprinkling in like the
mhm,
changes throughout like the chapter 1. So for
yeah,
example, like they've still kept whaling, but they've brought back like the snow biome. They've sprinkled in like some of the
mhm.
season X loot pool and that. So it's all very like mixed matched, and so there's a part of everything from each season throughout the chapter, which is good, I guess.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to see it how we've never seen it really,
I'm just one
and I like
thing.
it.
If anyone from Fortnite's like listening, can you please just bring back like a form of Starry Suburbs? I just want to hear that music when I enter into the
For
POI.
real.
I love it so
Dude, that
much.
was I'm not even gonna lie, that was the best POI ever.
Oh,
Ever, man.
definitely, I loved it so much.
It's so
I
unique
don't
and
know. I don't know about that one.
I'm surprised that the
That game's
original
so
Sorry
cool.
Suburbs never returned either. The rundown version that like used to
Yeah,
be
Oh
there
yeah.
yeah.
back in like early
Is it
chapter
not
1.
there?
No,
It's
it's
not
just
there.
blank.
It
No.
There's
just
nothing
isn't
there.
Oh
there.
shit!
It's
I
just
don't
that
even
Like they,
know.
sound. It's like, oh, like as you walk
yeah.
in through the rift zone. I
Yeah,
just miss that.
Yeah.
I forgot it was a Rift Zone.
Yeah,
That's nice.
and the
Well,
stars. Oh,
Yeah, the stars have
you
dropped
guys
good
know
loot.
how
That was sick.
the dirt bikes had been re-added, alright? Did you
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
see
yeah.
their planes
Mhm.
have now been folded?
Oh,
yes.
they're
Why?
beautiful.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
actually, they suck. To be honest, they kind of
Yeah.
I'm
suck.
not gonna lie, they really messed up the planes
Oh
though.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they did
They're
there.
That was
so
so
hard to
glitchy.
control.
I was
When you
fine with
drive into
them.
something, you can't even back up. It's weird.
I know,
To
True.
be
it's terrible.
honest,
I
it's
thought
been
it
so
was
long
always
since I
like that.
used the planes on a regular basis. I actually didn't notice a difference using them.
It was
But
just hard to
One killed
drive.
me.
Yeah, then they weren't
It
fun.
just fell on my head.
They're definitely not like the
Yeah.
original planes. Totally
Mhm.
different. Which sucks.
yeah, I would say my favorite part of this season. I don't know if anyone else felt this way, but does everyone remember when Fortnite was like the cultural, like on top of everything? Everyone's talking about Fortnite leading into Chapter 1, and even those first couple days of Chapter 1. Or sorry, Fortnite OG. I just feeling the atmosphere of everyone playing the game and like
Yeah.
the community all around that was kind of like surreal. That was like one of my favorite parts of just reliving that feeling.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
of just Fortnite being on top of everything. On top of the world, you know. Another thing that was like my favorite, like we've obviously been playing this game for 6, almost 7 years, and depending on when you started playing, and Fortnite's made so many little adjustments over time. And going back to the original loot pool, I saw a lot of people complaining about this, but I made a tweet, and it was actually my biggest tweet of all time. I made a tweet about how we had less shields. I remember how we had like really low shields that first week.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I felt like
Me too.
it made players think more strategically and slow down the fights. Like remember
I
whenever
like
like
that.
there was a million
Yeah.
slurps on the map before. Like
Yeah.
you would
Mm.
someone would just drink a slurp and this guy was at 200 health again. You know, it just run away. Like playing the new meta felt so good, and I really enjoyed that. That was just it was really nice to like finally feel
Yes.
that difference and be able to compare, you know?
It made
I
kills
personally
feel
hated it.
like it made eliminations feel like really rewarding because like maybe they'll have
Yeah.
shields, and if not, wow, I made it out of that fight without shields. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's fun.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, but
And
then you
like
got third
you're
party
walking
that
around the map.
dies.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep. You're walking around the map with 70 HP and you're trying
I
to like
know.
be careful around each fight. Like I don't
Just
know,
get
I just like
sniped.
that's so much more fun.
That made it
Hey,
feel really OG. I feel like
yeah.
because you had to
The one thing
strategize.
the one thing they did break was the semi-automatic sniper.
Oh
That
goodness.
thing was doing 100 damage and 260 headshots, and it was just 10 bullets instead of a bolt. So
I
that
know.
was a little broken.
Mm-hmm.
That was confusing. I don't know what their idea was.
Yeah, I'd say my
Like,
least
did
favorite
it do
part
less
of
damage?
no, it didn't. It did
It did
70
too.
back in the day.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh
It
yeah, and
never one
198
shot.
headshot, right?
Yeah,
198 headshot.
it never one
Yeah.
tapped people. So yeah, it was a little busted.
They're like, let's just buff it and just have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
Right.
It was fun.
Agreed.
Least favorite part of Fortnite OG though, the item shop. I
Oh, that's
honestly
a good
was
one actually.
Really?
yeah, I was just tired of like as someone who collects skins every day. I just was really tired of all of the crappy shop. I don't know why, but every shop has just had like a weird glitch where like half the shop is not showing up, or for some reason there's like 5 items in there and one tab got removed. It's just kind of been a mess. That was probably my least favorite part of the season. The cosmetics were good overall. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not
I
Oh yeah.
that wasn't the issue.
I
But
kind of like the small shops.
yeah,
I don't
that's
know. I feel like it was
yeah.
rewarding to like wait for it and see. Oh, will I get it? Nah, I'm not gonna get this shop. But then the next shop comes and you're like, oh, maybe it
I
was
can
good
see
this
that.
time. I might
Yeah.
have to get that. Like Stranger Things, I'm surprised that it was only one shop and it was the only thing in the shop. Like, because it's like,
Yep.
oh, I have to get it right now. What if it doesn't come back? And it hasn't yet, right?
Oh, that's what I was
I
scared
mean, it's
Yeah.
about.
only been like 20 days, so I don't
But
really.
like, still, yeah.
I feel like
Usually they
gen-
keep it in
maybe
for
the
like
end of this
6.
season they might bring it all back as like a big
Yeah.
shop, but like maybe testing like
Maybe.
future shops because I know they're going to be doing some really big shops next chapter, so they might bring it all back just to test like a really large one. But when the Stranger Things stuff came, I was like, I was so excited because Stranger Things is my favorite series of all time. So to have like
Yeah.
the 11 skin, I was like, as soon as that shop reset, I was like in there so quick, and I bought her because man, I was missing out. It was so good.
That waffle, she likes waffles, right? Not
Yeah,
pancakes,
yeah.
right?
The
The
Eggo
waffle
waffles.
emote
Yeah,
is so great.
I love it so much. So good.
Yeah.
What about you, Tater? What did you like and what did you dislike?
Okay, I gotta get something out of the way. The nostalgia? I wasn't feeling it.
Oh,
you
I,
weren't?
okay.
I
Really?
genuinely wasn't. I feel like at most like a tiny hint of nostalgia, but it's because I had more nostalgia for season X, season 9, and season 8, and those are the ones that didn't
Right.
get
That's
Yeah.
fair.
most of the
Yeah.
stuff in the game.
I could, I
That's
agree with that.
I can understand that.
So of course I really hated the fact that like Neo Tilted, Mega City, or Mega
Oh
Mall
yeah.
Yeah.
weren't in.
Neo Tilted was good.
I loved Neo Tilted. I loved season 9.
Season 9 was
But
my favorite season, I think. Back in the day.
Really?
Really?
Probably.
I feel like
People,
Same.
I,
a lot
the
of people
most
hated that,
that's
I
the one
reckon.
That's the one I hear the most hate about. Like actually.
That's the one
Yeah.
that I got good at the game though. So like,
Okay,
like
yeah.
I started understanding how to actually build and play, and I
Okay.
got like my first 15 kill solo win. I was like, I was getting excited, so that's probably why. But I like the slipstreams
Yeah.
and stuff. It was fun.
My favorite, and
Yeah,
Purex can
that was
speak for this as
awesome.
well, was Season 8.
Season
Oh,
8, bro. Season 8 solos,
amazing.
Season 8
everything
was
in
so
life.
good.
Love it.
Season 8 was the perfect season of Fortnite.
That's
it was
chef's
just
kiss.
perfect.
So good.
Why it killed
I
Apex? Remember when Apex was trying to get big and then
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they
Oh, yeah.
For some reason,
Free
I
battle
feel like I
pass.
remember getting bored of the jungle.
Oh,
I
really?
loved that.
Really?
I loved that. I loved that season when I think about videos that I made back in the day for some reason, but I don't like think
Uh-huh.
of the season super highly. I feel like it was a little bit of a dry season in my opinion. I don't know why I feel
Can
that
I
way.
say
Agree.
why I liked
Yeah, I
it?
agree.
The reason why I
Why?
liked it is because, alright, number one, the loot pool was insane with like the cannons, the ballers, the flint knocks, like
Yeah.
all of that
Oh, it was
stuff.
so much fun.
That was
Yeah.
insane. Second of all, we got a whole new biome, which like we just got the snow biome, then it was a big jungle biome. The volcano was sick as well. How you could actually go inside of it. That was really cool.
That
And
wasn't nutty.
the thing that I loved as well was the build up to the event. We had those runes that would move around the map, and there was the
Yeah, that
community
was
had to
actually-
get in
yes.
and try and
That's
interact with it, and it would
Oh.
lock into the vaults, and that was all live in game. Like we never get that stuff anymore, like that live interaction.
And let's not forget the first big Marvel collab. We had our first Marvel
Yeah.
skins, the
True.
endgame mode.
Oh, the end game
It was
mode
the
was
best
so
season of chapter.
good.
Yeah.
Wait, that was in season 8?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was season
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, I
was
take
Black
my,
Widow
my
outfit
thing
and
back.
Star-Lord.
Like we had Thanos previously, but they had the big actual proper
Yeah,
Marvel.
now we had like the
with
full Captain
yeah.
America, Iron Man, everything. It was the perfect
I think that's
season
when
of
the
Fortnite.
OG Black Widow released as well. If I'm not.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was OG Black Widow, OG Star Lord,
Yeah.
all of that.
I'm still
Wow.
livid about the pickaxe not returning.
Same dude. Same.
The item shop.
That's right.
I'm like, you guys took my rare skin and you're not gonna give me the pickaxe in return? Like that's crazy.
And not returning it as well was the tendrils wrap for the Stranger Things stuff that
I
gutted me as
know.
well.
Bro, don't get me started, man. That was not cool.
I'm
They
still
should just fire the
recovering from
Fortnite item shop team for real. Like,
that. Yeah, yeah.
I would do much better.
All right.
What did you like about the season, Tater? You said you didn't like the
Well,
nostalgia.
I want to talk about the nostalgia a bit more real
Okay.
quick.
Yeah.
I remember
Alright.
before the season when we heard about the we were starting in season 5. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna drop." I don't know where I'm gonna drop because I never had any memorable moments on the map. I didn't
Yeah.
remember like where I first dropped. I didn't know where I usually landed. I just jumped randomly back in the day.
Mm.
I do remember where I got my first kill though, so I did check that out. But
Where
I
was
was
it?
really disappointed when we found out that Neo Tilted wasn't in the game. I was so sad.
Yeah.
But what I did like, what PBJ was saying about the loot pool, that was so good. I like feeling like items are actually rare and
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the
I
same
agree with
thing.
that. Easily.
It makes
And
everything a lot more exciting.
then the buried treasure came in and ruined that instantly, so that was great.
Mhm.
I only ever
Mm.
found one, but I didn't.
I never
actually
found
play the
any.
season
I
that
never
much.
actually even used the
I
item.
found
like,
the buried
once.
treasure like 5 times around. It was messed up for me.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
so easy to find.
Yeah, that was
Forgot
broken
about
for
the
a little
buried
bit.
treasure maps.
Because everybody you killed had a gold pump and a scar for
Yeah.
that few
Okay,
days.
so that's why that was so
day.
common.
Yeah.
But the loot pool, I don't know what it did, but it just made everything a lot more fun. This is probably the most
Yeah.
fun I've had with my friends since maybe chapter 4 season 1.
Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
know if
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
because of I was burnt out the entire time and I'm just now getting back into it,
I
but it's so fun to play with friends. I was having a blast yesterday just
It's
playing Fortnite.
It's
It
a lot
was
of fun. I feel
it's
like it
got to
also
be the
depends
loot
on the
pool
squad
too.
you have.
it has
Yeah.
to
Like,
be.
yeah, I saw like a
It's
clip of Ninja saying that the game has always been fun. It just depends on the people you play with. Like,
yeah.
Mm.
It's
It's
hard
true.
though. Like
Well, I've
who you
played
have the
with the
most
same
fun with.
people for like months now, and it's
Yeah.
only now starting to get fun.
it's hard
Well, the other
because like
Yeah.
thing,
oh, you guys go.
I was just gonna say that every chapter we get, I mean, it almost like every other season, it feels like they're reskinning the same shotgun, the same
Yes.
AR over and
Yeah.
over
Just
and
changing
over
it
again.
slightly.
And it's not like when you go back to OG Fortnite, you've got 2 ARs or like 3 maybe at most. You've got 2 shotguns. Like each weapon has a lot more importance in the loot pool than they do right, in modern Fortnite.
Hmm.
And I think that really factors into like the gameplay itself. Like, oh, I'm going against an opponent with attack shotgun. I got to really think about how I'm going to play this because I have a pump, not, you know, a Maven versus whatever the what was that other shotgun we had
Striker.
in the striker, or like there's too many similar shotguns, and like it wasn't as big of a difference at that point. But like you have to really think about your playstyle in chapter
Yeah.
1.
Yep.
All the new shotguns are like a remix. Like, for example, we had like the Thunder Pump or Striker Pump. That's like a remix of the pump, and then the other one is just a remix of the tack. Like, it's just a remix of those
and
two
then they brought
shotguns.
that. What was that tooth one that looked exactly like the pump, but it was a little bit different?
Sharp
Yeah.
tooth, yeah.
Shark tooth, yeah, like
Sharp
hate
tooth,
that.
yeah. Just a weaker pump. It was the exact same
Yeah.
thing.
Something that I said, because I was on a podcast with Glenn on that the other day, and like he said that if like a lot of people are saying that they like this loot pool because it was simple, but if you made a really simple loot pool now, I feel like people wouldn't enjoy it. I think
Yeah.
it's just like because it's the old, I think it's because it's a simple map, it's the old map, and we're used to simplicity from that like play style when we were back in chapter 1. That's why we enjoy it. But I feel like if we got a real simple loot pool now, we would be disappointed. Like, do you guys agree with that?
It depends
Yeah.
if they're fully new weapons. Yeah, like I feel
Yeah.
like it's simple since we got all the old stuff. But if we got like these boring basic weapons, and there's only 3 weapons in the game, then that would be boring. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like the hunting rifle, it's they're. I think what he meant was they were simple weapons, but they were good still. Like the tac shotgun, we've never even used the tac with sliding and mantling and stuff, and it fits so well because you
That's
can like
true, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just such a good gun, and the
Yeah.
pump, it's just like everybody likes a pump. Like you bring it back if you want to
Yeah.
use
Everyone
it. I
does.
mean, it's nice because you have options, but they're not Walmart brand options. They're like, oh, you have the pump or you have the tac. They're both really good shotguns, and maybe there'll be a heavy in the game. But like, I don't know. I think that's why I like it. It's like it's just
Yeah.
nice
It's the
to have those
scarcity.
guns.
Well,
Yeah.
Jake, in a simple loot pool, like in our current season, right?
Yep.
I think a big part of like why that might be okay in this season though is the fact that you have things like the ATK, shopping carts. You have like fun items mixed in with that simple loot pool.
True. Yeah.
There is like I was thinking about it. I made a post about this and people agreed with me. There's like no fun items in chapter 4. Like I was thinking, I think
Yeah.
the last thing I could think of that was like fun
The cow.
was like the cow.
Yes,
The
yes.
bouncy
Yep.
cow thing. Like we haven't had an item like that added into the game, and like as much as we can have a complex loot pool, like there's none of these fun, exciting items that just make the like I love laughing while I'm playing my
Yeah,
game, you know.
Absolutely.
That just doesn't happen in chapter 4.
One season I feel like did do
you
it
know?
right though was chapter 4 season 1 with the Falcon Scout. We had the shield, we had the hammer. All of those
Falcon Scout.
Oathbound were
Absolutely.
really
I
good.
love that
was like the
season.
last time I think
Wait.
there was a good
Oh,
mix.
yeah. Those were good. The Falcon
That's
Scout
why-
was really good because you could pick people up.
That was
like,
sick,
That was
yeah.
smart.
And that's why when they nerfed the hammer, remember when they nerfed all the hammers by like 1?
And they disabled
I was
it completely.
Yeah, so I was actually mad about that because I was like, listen, it's not. I don't think there's a balance issue. I think that like the item should just be fun, and when you ruin the hammer, it's by like limiting its ability, like adding fuel to like things back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
fuel is
yeah.
so annoying.
That's-
It's so annoying.
Why can't they just get rid of the fuel so that like we can just have fun? Like that, it's like the fun police are like
I hate
constantly
that
Yep.
an issue.
the ballers, for example, they have fuel, but you can't fuel them up. Like
Yeah.
Because
once
it's
they're out, you can't
batteries,
use it
so
anymore.
that makes
It's
sense. I
so
guess.
annoying. Yeah.
But the thing is,
Exactly.
like, I like to be able to hop on an ATK or the golf. Wait, the golf cart and the ATK are the same thing, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the motorbike
The
one
quad
called? The quad
crasher.
crasher. That's it. Like you can just
Quad
hop on them
crasher,
and they're
yeah.
just fun and silly. Where like now you have to have the fuel and the cars. Like they have to be real life cars. Like why not give us like I don't know, just some wacky designs of these different cars?
A
and
flying
stuff like
car.
that. A flying
Literally.
car. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Just give us something unique. Where I do want to get into something when we start talking about the next chapter because I feel like there's a new vehicle idea that might be coming, but we'll say that soon.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. No, we'll talk about it soon. I want to talk about the event first before we go into the new chapter.
Yeah.
The
Did Tater
event?
name what she liked about the
Were you
season?
finished, Tater, or did you have some more stuff?
Yeah, I was finished.
Okay. All
Alright.
right.
Oh, you were? Okay.
What we'll do
I'm
is
just trying to make sure that everyone here
everyone's not
gets to
missed.
say something.
Yeah. Purex is my brains because I'm the one that always forgets to mention stuff.
All right.
But I reckon we'll move on to the event and sort of chat a little bit about the event, where our expectations are at the moment, and how we think the event could play off, and if you think it'll be good or not. So Purex, what's your expectations for this event? How are you going in? How are you preparing yourself, and how do you feel
I
about it?
am preparing myself to be disappointed. Yes, I am. I
Oh.
am. I,
I'm
So
afraid that's the
depressing.
only
simply,
answer
I
from
mean, that's the
everyone.
best way
I'm
to
gonna
go
say
about
why.
it.
It is.
I'm gonna say why. Okay, so we all know Fracture was probably a god
Mhm.
awful event.
Terrible.
And people are like, oh, this one looks different, right? And yeah, it does. It's probably gonna be a ton better. Like it's probably gonna be a good event. But
Yeah.
like the only thing that's keeping my low expectations is the fact that we had Fracture and the teasers for Fracture were better than the event itself. So
Yep.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
what
yeah.
if these teasers look cool too, but what if the event sucks? That's the only thing that's like kind of keeping
But
me.
they
Yeah.
have it going for them because it's not 40 minutes. And they actually have made
Yeah.
it for the year. Like this whole year they've been
Yeah.
working on it. They said they were testing it and like play testing in January. Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
They were really working on this. And since it's the OG map, they probably had this plan the whole time, obviously. So like it's not like they had to make the chapter 4 end map, then test it. They literally had the opportunity to create it as long as they wanted because that's how,
Mhm.
when the chapter 1
Yeah.
map was they had it already. They had the map. So they could have just been working on it forever if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And they already have the end event, which you can't be worse than the end event. That was one of the first real big events.
Yeah.
Like not first, but like it was the big event.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it was made in 2019 or something like that. So like you can't really do worse than that with what we have now. So just even
Yeah.
copy paste that and then just add some stuff in between and make it end different. Like it would be nice. Like obviously don't copy paste, but like keep the same
Yeah.
style
Yeah.
and it would do good.
Yeah. What's keeping me also worried is the Eminem stuff. I don't want it to be a full
True.
concert. I
That
don't
is.
I
want
agree
that.
with that. Yeah.
That's why the short time runtime kind of worries me. What if the
Mm.
like half of it's just
There was
Eminem?
rumors
I don't
about
really.
him being in like the pre-lobby, like before the actual like the 30
Yeah,
See,
that's
minutes
what
when
I
the
think
playlist
it
I don't
goes
is.
live.
think that's gonna happen though. I
Or
feel
it
like
just leads into it event.
Oh yeah.
about Eminem, I feel like where we're headed with this is we're gonna like flash through time and we're gonna go to these different realities we're seeing in the lobby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 I feel like we're gonna go through there, and Eminem's gonna be at one of them, and then we'll teleport away. But at the same time, in the Eminem trailer, he was on the meteor, so I don't know if that means something or not.
Mm,
I
that
don't
is
think
Yeah.
it
true.
does. I think
Imagine
it's more just
the
Yeah.
meteor's
cosmetic-wise.
falling towards the 0 point, and he's just dancing on top of it,
Can
singing.
I also say that I don't know how I would feel about the fact that they're just gonna show us everything coming in Chapter 5 in the event. I feel like the event should
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. I
He's
mean, we're hearing about the stuff that they're showing us, all the Lego stuff and the racing stuff in the event, and I don't know
yeah.
how I'd feel about that. I kind of feel like we should experience that for the first time when we jump into Chapter 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think it'll max be a minute though, so that's good. Like,
I don't think it'll be too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just like a bit of a
Okay.
Just to,
tease.
to attack the issue of like whether or not this event like you know how hyped you should be for this event though. I as someone who has been part of a creative team who's had to like make a campaign over a long period of time and you have to like course correct all the time. And I could totally like I don't think that they saw the fracture event and like a lot of people gave them a lot of criticism for it.
yeah,
I think they learned from their mistake. I don't think that they like I don't think that they could see an event that takes 40 minutes and you're doing basically a creative map and you get like one cinematic at the end. I don't see that being their like goal again. Like it's really like a like I think they would see that as a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that they know what works and they just need to recreate what they did before.
yeah.
Yeah. I honestly think I think that you can be safe being hyped about it, but yeah. I think that it's Fortnite knows what they need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Especially with
y-
all the pressure of chapter 1 in Fortnite OG, like you have so many players that they need to keep playing, you
yeah.
know? Like this is their one shot.
The
So,
way I look at it is, for example, like we had like during chapter 2, we had an event every second season, right? And a lot of those were
Yeah.
really
mhm.
good events. Like there was never really a miss with any of those. And in my opinion, the Chapter 2 Season 8 end event was one of the best events
Oh,
Fortnite's
it's the
ever
best
done.
one.
Yep, it was.
Gameplay, cinematics, story all
Best
had a
event.
perfect balance. It was like they were cooking. Like it was so
So
good.
true.
They cooked.
But just think about
Yep.
think how good that event was. But think about how many events they produced throughout that whole year, consistently working, and that was a banger event. Now fast forward to
Yeah.
here, they haven't done an event for a whole year, and now they're just magically doing one at the end when
Mhm.
all eyes are on the game. New chapters around the corner. There's
It
the
has to
most
be good.
players. Like they've obviously poured so much effort into it. I've got really high expectations, and if they aren't met, I'll be obviously sad. But the reason why they're that high is because they have grinded so much without doing any
Yeah.
events. So they put all their time and
Yeah.
effort into this one specifically. And like I said, look back at season 8, look how good that was. And they did multiple events leading up to that. This time they haven't. So
Mm.
I think
Yeah.
Eminem
Yeah.
will be a bit of like a gimmick, like a grab just to bring people in a bit more because it's like, oh, it's our favorite artist. But at the same time, I think they won't overuse him. Well, I'm hoping they won't overuse him. And I think like what you were
Yeah.
saying, Purex, I reckon is that they will kind of I don't think they will fully immerse us into the world. They might immerse us into the world, but they won't show us exactly what the game modes are for. I feel like it's just a bit of a tease, just a bit of a dip in the lake, dipping your toe into the lake just to test
Yeah.
it out, to see what it's like. I could be wrong and they
Mhm.
might like completely show everything off, but I think that they're going to nicely give us doses, like little doses of the stuff that's coming. So
Little bits and pieces.
In my
yeah.
opinion,
we'll probably
they
get like
don't
a
have the
story and
time.
then we'll get all the other stuff. So PB, you go.
Yeah, I feel like they don't have the time to show us the whole thing
Exactly.
because there's like 6 new game modes coming,
Yeah.
full games, and like we're gonna have to see those when we get in. I think they'll show us like they'll tease like maybe a Lego minifigure running around doing stuff, and then maybe like I don't know stuff like that. I
Yeah.
feel like in the background maybe like so. Say we went to the Eminem concert thing, and we can play mini games like this festival thing that's coming up. We can play these mini games and like in the background, like far away, you see like Lego characters running around, like stuff like that. Or we'll like go to a reality and like we'll be flashing through time, imagine, and then you see a
That'd be
Lego
cool.
character,
Yeah.
and like it's just for like 3 seconds, and like you know what's coming, but you don't know what's coming.
Yeah. I'm excited. I have high hopes. It's probably bad that I have such high hopes because if they're let down, I will be obviously disappointed. For me, like
Well, I'm right here
Fracture.
with you, so
Yeah. For me, like Fracture, the only thing that I didn't like the launch of Chapter 4 because of how bad Fracture was. It just put like a bit of
Yeah.
a sour taste in my mouth, which is sad because
Yeah.
I adored Chapter 3 because of how good the Season 8 end event was. Like
Mhm.
that transition was like
Yeah, me
perfect.
too.
So
That was
the
the
event
best
really
one. I'm
impacts
not gonna lie.
the chapters for me.
Dude, that
I
was
feel like
so good.
Fracture sounded good on paper probably, and then they executed it and they were like, "Oh crap, no one liked this."
Yeah.
Also, when we were talking about like how we had less and less events over the last couple seasons, I honestly blame the UEFN development for that. I don't know how much of that team is responsible for the events at all, or how much their resources are like being split up like that. But I mean, finally UEFN's been like released, right? And now we're suddenly getting all these different game modes. We're going into chapter 5. They're giving us an event finally. Like I feel like we're seeing a difference in like the amount of content we're getting, and I don't know if it's a coincidence that that is happening now that UEFN's finally kind of off their like top priority, as in like getting it out there as they did back in what was it back in March,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that the development of UEFN probably was throttling them a lot. At least that's what I would hope.
UEFN is I feel like they probably didn't do as many events this season because this chapter because I've I've been saying that even since season 2 didn't give us an event, I was like they're probably just saving it for a really good event. And then now season 5 or season OG came out and it's like okay, so they've definitely just been building up this event because like Jaykey said in chapter 2 we got 2 of the best events back to
Yep.
back, season to season. Skyfire was season 7, and then season 8 they dropped the hardest event ever. And then season 1
We
they
also
dropped
had
the best
Ariana
season
Grande in
ever.
season 7.
What?
Oh,
We have
shit.
There were
3
two
events.
events in one season.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I forgot about
We
and
had Travis
like,
Scott and
Travis-
Device as
yes.
well in season 2.
Frig.
And
Oh,
you could
yeah.
say,
In
like,
season
Yeah.
6, we had the startup event, your solo event in season
Yeah.
6.
yeah,
We had a
yeah,
lot
they
of
were
events
doing
in
it back
season
to back
This
to
time they're
back.
like,
So,
let's give us a concert and a big event all in one. So
Yeah. They
yeah,
did
so,
it
like,
twice in chapter 2.
yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. But like, I feel like that's what they're doing this time. No, that's not what they're doing this time. They're trying to build up a really good event for us. That way we can actually be hyped about Chapter 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they can manage to get us hyped in this event with about all the Lego stuff, everything coming new, and give us a good story and finish it off well, bringing us into a smooth transition as Chapter 2 Season 8 was, that would be perfect. And they've had a year to do it, so there's no reason it should be bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So my hopes are
Yeah.
high.
Joker, what do you think, dude?
I'm quite excited for the event. Well, pretty given from my tweets and all that, but
I
like
think excited's a bit of an understatement for you.
yeah, like when you, it's like as a kid, right, for Christmas, that's my how I feel
Oh
for
yeah,
events nowadays.
Oh, 100%.
I don't
I know.
know why, but like yeah, um, how I think this event's gonna play out is first off, we're gonna be hearing the original end event music, because in that event teaser they posted, you could hear it,
Yep,
and
yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep, yep.
I
Oh,
cannot wait to hear that. It's
that
my
is so
favorite
exciting.
music track. Um, but then I reckon like, wait, first off, did you guys see the new shop image that got added with like Broken City?
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon we're gonna be like going through like an alternate timeline because you know how we're in like a paradox now, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because well,
Yeah.
our time's all stuffed. I reckon we'll come. That could be like, let's say Mega City or something in the future being
Yeah,
like
yeah.
destabilized or blah 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 blah. I don't gonna get into all that,
There
but
was landmarks that were mentioned called ruined mansion and ruined something else for chapter 5. So I feel like
oh,
even that background could be a tease for a chapter 5 POI maybe.
Have
imagine if like the chapter 5 location is all like apocalyptic. Remember how we had all those
yes.
survey skins and it was all like apocalyptic
I was just gonna
themed?
say that.
True. And there was
I
some art
forgot about
station.
that.
There was some art. I think I saw on Twitter today. There was some old art station images of like these apocalyptic wasteland like locations.
Mm,
They
Yeah,
were
yeah,
by
yeah.
somebody that created like a lot of Fortnite POIs, but none of it was Fortnite branded. But there was one specific thing that I think it was like a llama that was on it, but they removed it. So maybe that could, if you could maybe link
Well,
to it.
there was official Fortnite concept for like a nuclear like area.
Oh,
And it
okay.
was sick. Like if we got that stuff in chapter 5, like imagine like how we've gotten slurp and stuff, but it's like the nuclear version of that. So it's
Yeah.
like you get a whole biome of the map that's just green, and if you touch the water, you start taking damage. And like something that looks
Mhm.
like guzzle juice, but like if you throw it at the floor on somebody, it like spreads poison to them or something.
Mm,
Imagine stuff like
that'd be
that. It would
cool.
be cool.
let's say the rocket launchers, we go through like different timelines and all that who are, and then we end up going into like different like realities. I reckon because you know how we're supposed to have like that festival game mode, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I reckon they'll show
Mhm.
that off for a little bit, and that will be our Eminem concert,
I
right?
think so.
Yeah.
And then we'll go have a look at the Lego mode and then the racing mode. But they're not going to be like, we're not going to drive around for ages. We're not going to be Lego characters for ages or anything like that. I reckon it's just going to be
Yeah.
like a brief showcase of what's to come so it can capture people's attention.
The one thing
And then
I'm
we'll come back.
Mhm.
Continue, sorry.
Oh, you mentioned the Legos and again, and I was just like, it reminded me. I'm a little concerned about the fact that we have Eminem and Lego and the racing mode. Like, I just don't want it to overtake. Like,
Yes.
I want the BR to be the focus, and it feels like Fortnite's trying to get away from it, and I'm like a
I hate
little like
that.
worried about that. Yeah, it kind of sucks. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? You
Tim
guys,
Sweeney did laugh at BR ending though, so that's good.
he laughed at
Obviously
it.
not ending. Yeah, but like they asked him, they were like, "Are you guys gonna start going away from BR?" And he was like, or he laughed. I don't know. He said something. He
Oh,
started
okay.
like
He
mocking
had
it.
a nervous little giggle.
I think
No, no, not that. No, it was like
It's
he
more
like
like a
laughed at
laughing at
BR
the
out.
idea of
Like
going away.
yeah,
yeah.
Yes.
he's like, "This is our
But I do
biggest
hope we get
idea."
But you guys
open
think
world,
that?
please. I beg.
I think BR should always be a main focus because that's what built the game up. But I'm always open to
Yeah.
having other game modes along like
Oh yeah.
around BR because you do get bored
Yeah.
over BR like every now and then.
Oh
So
yeah.
it would be nice
Yeah.
even for content creators like to go out and do the racing game, have fun with your friends or like the music and stuff. Like I think it is good to that they're branching out and doing other game modes, but still keep your focus on BR and still like do the story with BR and stuff. Just don't like neglect it because there's new stuff.
I
Yeah, I
actually
hope.
Yeah.
feel
Go
I
ahead.
feel like it's a really good idea for them to branch out because we've seen content creation get really dry on Fortnite before. even when the player base is still high, like, people
Yeah.
are playing, but nobody's watching Fortnite because it's boring to watch. So, like, if they can have all these things like UEFN, they actually start making good maps and, like, it's been enough time. Like, we know Cypher PK
Mm.
is making a cool map. Like, that stuff, like, we're gonna get good maps and people can play that if they want for a video. If they can play Battle Royale if they want for a video. They can play racing for a video. They can play Lego. And then open
Yeah.
world, they can play open world, which should be a good amount of stuff. And if it's hyped for, it'll be like the Zelda stuff. Like you can just go around, show everybody the little side quests. You can do memes in there. Like that's the kind of stuff. Like I feel like Fortnite will have its own gaming genre on YouTube. Like that's what I'm
I
hopeful for.
I hope Fortnite can, like, I don't know if you guys know about Baldur's Gate 3, but
Yeah, I
the
do.
company that made Baldur's Gate 3 is known for making games like Baldur's Gate 3, and that's why they made such an amazing game. Something, you got to keep in mind is Epic Games is known for shooters, and they made the Gears of War games before they made Fortnite, and I really hope they can make a good racing mode and a good open world game, but you gotta have some seasoned staff to like really execute that
Hmm.
well. I really hope that these don't come out and they're just like
Yeah.
okay modes, because they either were spread too thin or their team just isn't, specialized enough for that. That's my biggest concern probably with all these different modes coming out. Luckily they've got Rocket League on their end, at
Yeah.
least for a racing mode. So that gives me a lot of hope for the racing mode at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's good stuff about that as well, because I mean, as well, it is they are known for shooters, but with Fortnite, they're also now known for like cartoon stuff. Like I feel like in a way, Fortnite's so cartoon style that Lego matches. Like you can do that, and racing that matches as well. Like I feel like Fortnite fits right up the alley
It
with
does, yeah.
Mario Kart style
And
games.
it opens to more
Like
collabs as well, I reckon.
oh yeah, like
Oh yeah.
like you could probably get Lightning McQueen here too. They
Oh,
got
We
it
got
in
Jack
Rocket League.
Skellington,
Yeah,
bring
like
more
he's
Disney
a
collabs, please. And for Ben out there, bring more DreamWorks collabs, because that would be sick.
Speaking
and
of
if
Lightning
they
McQueen collab, we should be getting it because I mean, as far as I'm aware, I think we are getting the Rocket League cosmetics from your
We
locker
are,
in the
yeah.
game,
I
We're
don't
meant
know
to.
how that's
and
gonna work.
there's a what's it called, kit from Knight Rider, obviously the Ghostbusters car, Lightning McQueen. There's one from oh my gosh, what's that one silver car from James Bond, the Bond car?
Oh, really?
There's a lot of different cars, at least in Rocket League, that should be in Fortnite.
What do you think, Tater? How are you feeling about the event? Do you think it's going to be in the whole just chapter 5?
Well, I'm excited for it, but like most people, I'm keeping my expectations like a bit better than Fracture
Yep.
at most. That's just because, of course, I don't want it to fail. I don't think it can fail, but if it does, I don't want to be like, oh, this isn't what I was expecting. So I want to keep my expectations just a bit above Fracture because it
Yep.
has to be better than Fracture.
I think that's only a good thing though, having your expectations be low.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not going to
Maybe
be
As long as
disappointed,
you
are
don't
you?
you only get
disappointment.
more excited.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
long as you don't
exactly.
prevent it from taking away from the event, though.
Yeah.
Like, don't look at the event negatively. Just don't have the most positive. If you don't want to have the most positive mindset for it, that's okay. But go into it
Be open-minded
wanting.
about it.
Of course, I'm gonna try and have fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I remember during
course.
Fracture, I think it was just the hype, but I've even got it on recording and Purex will remember it. I was playing through it and I was like, this is the best event ever. This was like 10 minutes into it. And then I got kicked and booted out. And then it was like 40 minutes later, I'm like, yes, it's shit.
Bro, you got kicked and you just started hating on it. You're like,
I
oh,
hate
this is
it.
the worst event ever, bro.
Oh no.
It was so repetitive, and the length of it too. That's like I think PBJ said it. It's good that the length is a lot shorter because we know it's not going to be that like continuous. Let's go and collect these to put into the 0 point. Like it's
We
gonna
had
be
to
better.
throw chickens into the 0 point. Like, what is the concept idea for that?
Dude, that was crazy.
I legit just sat and watched YouTube half of it. Like, I was standing AFK. I didn't even play the event.
It was and
It was way too boring.
I've heard some people we were talking about I think crashing the other day with like the servers and that. I think I'm touching wood right now because I don't want to jinx this, but I think it will be fine because look how many people loaded up during OG. There was millions of players, and
Yeah.
look how well the servers were. There was only like the only issue we've had really is when I think it was when something dropped.
Omni-Man.
Oh, yeah, Omni-Man drop. Yeah,
Omni-Man.
that's it. When Omni-Man dropped, it broke the
But you
servers.
see, at the same time, that's purchasing servers. So like
True.
that's not a game server. That's like if everybody's trying to purchase something, of course it's gonna lag
Yeah.
because
Oh
everybody's
yeah,
trying
that's
to
fair.
put money into the account. Like that's like I'm sure you could crash like the worldwide bank accounts. Like if you just everybody in the world started putting money in.
Yeah.
Like at the same time. I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah, for
something would
sure.
go wrong.
So I
But
think
like that's
I
not
reckon
the
servers will be
servers.
fine. I think they're gonna
Yeah, me
handle it
too.
really well, and hopefully no
Better
one
than ever.
crashes. But I definitely think they're prepared for it. They know how many eyes are gonna be on the game. This is probably I reckon this will be their
Mhm.
biggest event. They know how many eyes are gonna be on the game, so they're obviously preparing for what's to come. So
Do you
I
guys
think I
think
heard
that
that the leakers mentioned it's like amazing from what I've like from people that have actually seen
Yeah.
a little bits of it. I've heard it's incredible.
yeah,
Apparently.
yeah.
do you guys think that they're gonna hit an all-time peak again?
I reckon it
I
will.
don't
Yeah.
think
Oh,
so.
I hope people tune in for it.
The reason why I say Purex is because I think that there's so many eyes already on the game, being Chapter 1 OG, and
Yeah.
like we've had like what an all-time peak ever since like the statistics were released. Because we're an
Mhm.
OG,
Yeah.
because we're an OG, and this is the first event in a year, I reckon it's going to peak because of just the timing
too.
and
Yeah.
Oh,
the season we're
during
in.
the event maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
but
Like
I
has
don't
to.
think I don't think chapter 5 is gonna beat the peak that
Oh no, we just
Fortnite
mean the
OG
event.
got.
We just mean the event.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
event wise, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it, but I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't either.
I would
'cause-
love to see. Okay, but with all these new game modes, I feel like the natural player count will go up though, because there's so many more opportunities
Oh,
for people to be
definitely.
playing.
Yeah.
So like, even if not as hyped in Battle Royale, like it'll probably still be higher just because there's like 6 extra games
Yeah.
to play.
Yeah, but they also got to keep those games alive. Imagine.
Yeah,
I have a feeling they could just like. I hope they're not, but they legit could just release the racing mode, release all these modes, and never update them again, and then they'll just
I
die out. And at
know.
some point,
That's
they'll have
true.
to. They did it with imposters. They released it, and it barely got updated, and they had to close it because
I hope
you
that
know it
they
was
do.
just waste of space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they better do dedicated teams just for these
Yeah,
games. Though.
exactly. They
Like
got.
they need to.
But do you think they'll hype up and do all this effort and add it into an event and just like neglect it like imposters? I thought they're putting more effort into this than what they have
They
previously.
have
yeah,
to,
they've
but the
got
thing
to
is,
be.
there's more. There's more than just one
With
mode
Lego
they're doing.
though, I feel like they'll have the funding from Lego to help out with this as well. So I think that will really help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the Lego one
hopefully,
specifically.
but I just
You
don't want them
see-
to release it and then it dies instantly. Like,
I can see what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then
I do agree with
yeah,
that.
What if we got a whole full fleshed out game like the Lego Star Wars franchise and stuff? Like
Oh,
Lego
I love that.
Fortnite. That would be
I think it'll
sick.
just
Like
be a
full
building mode where you
game.
can build. I guess I don't know.
You
I don't
think?
really know what. To,
I'm
yeah, I don't know what to
excited.
Lego
expect. With
Fortnite
I
is so
actually
surreal.
have no idea. Like, will we have levels to beat, like campaign, or will we just be like exploring stuff? Like that would be boring.
Or
though.
maybe
Like,
it's
if you're
just a mode like
building that
creative where you
Maybe.
build.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be more than just building like that.
and
Um,
it's E for everyone, so you can't like box fight. You can't kill people.
True.
I mean,
Yeah, I
unless
don't
you
think
have
they're
a
like.
blaster.
Mm,
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess
keeping
that
my
could work.
expectations low for everything. Honestly, like
I
every
think
single
that
thing.
is a good way. That's a good way to
Same.
keep it low, but also going with an open mind that it could be good. I think that's always
I'm
the
not gonna
best way
lie.
to look at it.
I'm full throttle. I'm excited. I don't care. I'll be let down, but I'd rather be excited and get like and it be right than be I don't know. I just want to be excited.
Yeah, PBJ's
My
hyped.
brain's not working. Brain's not braining.
What do you guys? We'll sort of because we're hitting the hour mark, and I don't want to go too much longer because I don't want to keep everyone up. But what's your guys' thoughts for Chapter 5? Like at the moment, we haven't got Touchwood again. We haven't got anything leaked so far in terms of trailers and that. The battle pass, like we know nothing about the battle pass, which is very
I
rare. Like we
know.
usually know like at least one skin or something. Like what do you guys think about Chapter
Yeah.
5? What's your expectations? What about the leak map? Do you think that's actually the real map, or do you think it's something different? What's your thoughts? We'll start with you, Purex.
I don't even know.
I definitely think it's the real map, but I'm just gonna say I don't like how it's looking, but I know it's a work in progress map, but I'm not the biggest fan of it from what it looks like. But Chapter 5, I honestly love racing games, so I'm pretty excited for Chapter 5 in general for that. I forgot what your question was. I don't even know what you said. What did you say?
So just like what do you like what's your thoughts and expectations for Chapter
Twice.
5? Like what do you think about you've
Oh.
said about the map, but like what's what do you think the battle pass could be? Just some thoughts about chapter 5 that you want to get off your chest, pretty much.
Just be a good battle pass, please. I feel like season 1 battle passes always miss for me. Like I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it here. I feel like season 1 battle passes are just a bunch of like
Random.
different theme skins bundled together, and it always falls flat for me. Like chapter
Absolutely
4,
agreed.
season 1, we had like 2 like I don't even remember. The only one I remember was Ageless. And do we even
Yeah,
have
that
we
was a
have
good one though.
yeah. But every other skin, I don't remember. We had like a dirt bike rider and
Where
I don't know.
Selena.
And then
we had the
chapter
Witcher
3,
dude.
season
I
1,
think
we
it's
had
Geralt.
Spider-Man. I don't remember anyone else.
With Doom.
That's
Um,
true though.
Chapter 2, season 1, who remembers anyone
Oh,
from
that
that
was
battle
Even
pass?
that
We had
one.
we had
Alter
Ripney.
Nico.
Don't you
Yeah, I
love
guess-
Turk, bro? Come on.
Best
I
skin.
guess, but like
Yes.
I hope you guys get what I mean, that I feel like they're flat.
Yeah, I do.
And season 2's
Yeah.
always hits. Like season 2 battle passes
Oh,
are always good.
100%.
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah.
Season 1 sucks, and then they go to good, and then season 3 is just mediocre, and then like I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just
I think
I don't know.
I hope
I think the chapter 5 map personally, like if this is it's hard because I know they have done play testing on this map in terms of like showing off physics and stuff. So like it could just be like another UFM map that's chucked in there, but who knows? The thing is, if it is the map, when I first saw it, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't really like it too much. It looked very plain to me. I know it's in early
Yeah.
development, so I can't really have that much of an opinion on it. One thing I do really like, if it is the map, is the nice snowy mountain biome towards the bottom. I think they could really do a good job of that. And there is like
Yeah.
the boreal forest, which like super tall trees and like a nice
That would
kind
be
of like
cool.
Switzerland looking sort of setting. I guess that's the way I've
Like
looked at them before.
Forest.
Yeah,
I love the chapter 2 snowy mountains, and I'm so
That
glad
was
that we might be
nice.
getting them again. They're
Yeah.
just like it's such a nice biome.
And I think for Christmas, like that could be a cool little area. This is keeping in mind if the leaked map is the map. Another thing that I saw, it was pointed out by Akko, but it was also someone else previously that kind of pointed out to him, was that along the roads there was another track, and I'm hoping there is a train on the map that's going all the way around the map for
Oh,
POIs.
please. I've
That
wanted a
would be
train for
cool.
so long.
good.
Like imagine
think
Bill
the
Gates
season-
jumping on the train and like
map.
escaping and stuff, or for Christmas the Pole Express like moving. I know that's like
Yeah, that's what I was
extreme,
just gonna
but
say.
imagine
Oh
that.
my goodness.
I think
That
the
would be really
season
cool.
3 the season 3 map of Apex Legends had a train on it. That thing
Yes.
was cool.
Yeah.
I loved that thing. Does anyone remember that wall running is supposed to be coming in chapter 5?
Oh, right.
Oh, is it?
It's supposed to be.
It was
forgot.
rumored.
We're supposed to
yeah.
get I also think first person's supposed to become more of an official thing.
Maybe
Like
that's
for real. But yeah, wall running is like my biggest hype right now. I really loved Titanfall's wall running, and like that's probably my favorite gameplay of all time for a shooter. So to bring it into Fortnite, I think would be super sick.
I think like
That is
agree.
hype.
battle passes. Another thing like moving to the battle passes. Battle passes for me. I need a good battle pass. Not to necessarily enjoy a season, but to have like a strong impact on like the beginning of the season because like all these skins are cool. So, for example, the last, in my opinion, probably my favorite battle pass was the Chapter 4 Season 2 one with like Mizuki,
Oh.
just all the skins. I can't remember them off the top of my head,
That was
the
a good
names,
one.
but that was
Jaeger.
Aaron. Yeah, like that was an amazing battle pass. So I'm just hoping that we do start off with a nice strong map and a good battle pass to accompany it. And to me, that's like a success. Obviously, the loot pool and all that following it, but as long as the map and battle pass is good for me, like I'm happy, and that's the main things I
The
always
map
look
is
for.
the biggest for me, I think,
Yeah.
because I want a good fun map. Because I don't want like boring.
I want a
Yeah.
map that
Yeah.
has people diss the chapter 4 map, but I like that for the terms of variety. I like to have the mega
It was
biome, the
fun.
jungle, the snow. Like it was very unique with and a variety. Like no matter where you were on the map, you were in a different area, and that's what I want to feel on this new chapter map. I want to feel like every game that I play, I could drop somewhere and it's completely different. You're immersed within the environment around you. And I think like with this next level graphics and all that, I think they could really go like crazy on this one. But we'll see.
Yeah, I just don't want to find like 40 castles all over the place like chapter
Agreed.
4's
Oh, yeah,
launch
please
was.
no.
Yeah.
Like you said, variety. We
Yep.
need variety in the POIs. Another thing I'm excited for in chapter 5 is definitely the graphics update. I want to see like some actual big changes.
Yeah, I've been forgetting about the graphics. Could totally
I heard,
update them.
dude, I saw a funny leak. I don't know if it's real or not. Probably not. But you know how like the walls and stuff get damaged like in build fights.
Yeah.
Apparently there was this rumor. I don't know if it's true, but that like where the walls got damaged, like the pieces that fall off, you could shoot through those. I don't think that's real, but like I
Oh, I
thought that was kind
saw
of a
that.
cool
Yeah, it was
idea.
just it was a fake.
Even
Oh
then,
yeah,
it'd
it's
be
fake.
cool.
It's
Right,
fake.
okay.
Yeah.
That thing was kind of fun. I
They
thought that
should
was
add
kind of
it
funny,
though.
That'd be cool.
right?
Even though
But
they're
that would be
adding,
terrible for
even though they
Fortnite.
add all this cool stuff, I still hope they like have the charm of Fortnite still there, the goofy, fun charm, because
Yeah.
I just don't want them to take away from that.
They
Yeah.
need
But
to
yeah, like a
learn.
good loophole.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of
And good
lessons to
mobility.
learn from Fortnite OG, like
Yeah.
just how people are responding to Fortnite OG, how to their staff obviously has changed over the years a lot. Hopefully they see like how people are receptive to the game, and hopefully they try to like recapture that. You know,
Yeah.
I feel
because
like
over time,
OG was kind of a thing where it's like, okay, you want this so badly, what do you like about it? And now
Yeah.
they can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
That's a good
You got
point.
Definitely
6
agree with
million. What was it? 6 million active
Yeah.
users at the same time. Like you got a giant pool of people to tell you what they like about the game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Also, how did Fortnite Zero build has been a huge help, I think, especially for people that are
Definitely.
getting back into the game.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was a little
That's all he
difficult for
plays.
people.
I
Yeah.
still play build though, to be honest.
Oh, me
Yeah.
too. I'm like a fish, like I'm like a fish out of water, like flopping
Yeah.
around.
I have since
but,
chapter
like,
1 came back. I've been I mean, it's not chapter 1, season OG. I've been playing builds again and I love it. Like actually I'm
It's
going to
fun.
play it properly again.
Yeah.
You switched to Zero build at one point, Jake?
Yeah, I when Zero Build came out, I was like de-writing it
Eh.
so hard because I loved it. Because I was like, oh, I don't have to worry about building and that. And then I mean, I was always crap at building, but then I got even worse. And then as soon as the OG
Mhm.
season came out, I just wanted that authentic feeling again. So I played it and I was like, okay, I kind of miss the builds. It is what Fortnite is. So I'm staying with builds now. I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
naked,
Yeah.
especially. I think it's hard because on this map especially, it wasn't like made for
It
no
was not
builds.
built for it.
So it's very like open and you could easily get sniped or shot. So when I'm there and I'm getting shot at, I want to be able to build and like, you know, secure like a nice safe area. So it depends what the chapter 5 map is like, but I think I'll stick with builds again now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
W Jake,
Yeah.
finally.
I've
You have some
converted.
sense in your head. Yes.
What about-
Welcome back to the normal people side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
What about you,
Okay.
Joker? Do you have any hopes or expectations for chapter 5?
Well, so the map that was leaked, it reminded me a lot of Chapter 2, Season 1.
Yeah, that's great.
I loved it. I love that
Nice.
map so
I'm
much.
sorry, I
The
hated
starting
it.
map.
Oh, sorry.
I hate it.
The starting map was amazing. I loved it.
felt
So
good.
yeah, I agree. Like I'm very excited for that map if it is. I know it's in early development, but it just looks nice. But if it has a good loot pool, that's what I need. Like I feel like they should have like base guns that should stay at like in every chapter. So like let's say the base AR and the pump. Like for example,
Absolutely.
those could be like I feel like those need to be in the game because like let's say at the start of chapter 3, the guns there
Yeah.
they did not feel like there's the sounds they didn't sound Fortnite like. I don't know how this really worded. It was just feel the same. So if they kept like some previous guns but added a lot of new guns, I reckon that could balance that out, and I would really enjoy that. Battle Pass, like Purex said, bloody hell, Season 1 Battle Passes are always lackluster. They don't match at all, and I really hope that this Battle Pass matches. I hope we get Christmas
they're going
theme
for.
skins.
That'd be
Yeah.
nice. Even if it's just
Mhm.
one, that'd still be quite nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll change up the battle pass system in chapter 5. Like, I feel like they need to. They're saying there's a new beginning. Like, even just changing up the battle pass would be a nice little change, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it
Well,
longer.
they've changed
Also,
the
that-
UI again for the 15th time the last month.
Oh,
I mean,
probably, yeah.
the locker UI is supposed to get changed, isn't it?
I can't be.
Also, like Jake said earlier about the vehicles, I hope there's like more wacky, fun designs.
Yeah.
Not just hey, get in my normal car. Let's go for a ride. Like no,
Brum, brum.
I want to like run people over with golf carts. Like come on, that's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like come on.
Quad
With, like
crashers.
Oh, quad crashers are so
yeah, quad
good.
crashes, planes as well. Like planes get a lot of hate, but like when you had like a squad of people doing emotes on like the wings, because if you didn't know, planes had like an auto mode this season. It was really weird, but yeah, and like just having a squad dancing was real fun. It was like
Yeah.
this season had like a lot of good memories for me.
Yeah.
And I hope like that continues next chapter. I have hopes for the next chapter.
I think
Sorry if I'm
I
talking
hope
quiet, by the way.
that's all good. I hope they deliver it. Especially with the hype and that. I know you're hype, PBJ. What are you most excited for chapter 5?
All right,
Like you've got a nice long list for this.
chapter chapter 4 was fun, and I think they started strong with the Oathbound season with like the hammer and stuff. But there was something about chapter 4 that's like it didn't feel good enough. Like something
Agreed.
that chapter 3 did
Didn't
so
do anything leading
well,
up to
they're
it.
lacking. And I don't know what it was. I can't even put my like I don't know what it was, but it's like something that chapter 3 season 1 launch did so well,
Mm-hmm.
chapter 4 lacked completely.
Yep.
And I don't know what it was. It just feels like I need more of chapter 3 season
A
1
good live
style.
event before
Yeah,
it?
I think the event
Yeah, I was
No,
impacted
but
gonna
it.
like
say.
maybe, but no, because like just all throughout chapter 4, I feel like it felt like maybe too. If I'm gonna, for some reason, I want to compare it to like graphics, like sharp, like when you have low graphics on how everything is such a sharp edge. I don't know. I feel like chapter 3 had that nice polish. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
get
why
what you
I'm
mean.
comparing it to
Yeah.
graphics,
I
but
don't
I
even
feel like
disagree
that
with
fit.
that.
It's hard to
I feel like
explain to
that
people. I
fits.
get what you mean, dude. Like there's
I
just
get what
something.
you
Yeah,
mean
I
as
kinda
well.
get it.
Yeah.
It's you can't even explain, but there's something about chapter 4 that it just didn't hit. Where if you compare it like to the beginning of chapter
Yeah.
3, yeah, you can't. I don't know how to. I don't really know how to say it in
It's
words,
like
but I
Yeah.
understand what
Well,
you're saying.
Chapter 3 felt more cartoonish than chapter
that's.
4
I
did.
think that's
Yeah.
what
It
I'm
felt
trying to
Yeah.
say.
it felt more fun.
I think
Chapter
It
the
felt
other
6
more
just
like
had
thing.
too
chapter
much
1.
drop.
Chapter 3
Felt
season 1 felt
wacky.
more like chapter
I think
1.
they took it
Yeah,
too much of a
Silly.
realistic approach.
Like,
yeah.
CJ, I
Well,
know
I
you
think the
liked
other.
how. I was just gonna say, I know how you like the diversity of the chapter 4 map, but to me, I felt like it was too diverse. Like how the landscape was just too
No, what I
hilly.
was saying is that I feel like we need more of chapter 3 style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like I
like
didn't
chapter 3
like chapter
style. That
4 as
was
much.
beautiful. Like chapter 4 graphics were amazing. Like I don't mind the graphics, like blah 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 blah.
Oh
But the
yeah.
chapter 3 style, I do agree with you.
No, it's not the graphics either. It's just like
Yeah, like
something
this
about
the
how it
feel of the
played
game.
out, how the map was.
Chapter 3
Well,
felt like
Yeah,
Fortnite. Chapter 4 didn't.
the
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I
big thing that I think is missing right now, at least in chapter that was missing in chapter 4 that you can see in chapter 3 is, and we see it in chapter 1. Remember how we mentioned how there's like these little houses just dotted around and
Mm,
different POIs that like are just normal. Like if
Yeah.
you run around in chapter 3, I mean, I like that there's something like Camp Cuddle. Like I just felt like that looked like Lonely Lodge. You had other like
mm,
even the Foundation's like little like village thing that was I can't remember the name of it.
The
Um,
sanctuary.
the sanctuary,
Yeah.
like that's a town. It's not. It's something recognizable. You have
yeah,
like every POI in chapter 4 was like you have that place with all the rift rocks that, or the things that like you can launch everywhere. The
Shattered
that
slabs.
mining
mm,
The
shattered slabs,
huge castle.
See, I like that
giant
though.
castle. I don't know the giant like sanguine suites or just like places that aren't like I don't want to say like homey, but like something you can recognize as like a house. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
yeah.
not in chapter 4. In chapter 3, you had some of that still. So
Yeah, I
I think
understand.
that's
My
one thing that's definitely missing.
my favorite biome on the chapter 4 map was the Japanese biome.
Oh, for
And
sure.
I say this
Mm,
to like everyone. It's because all the POIs in the Japanese biome were differently themed. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't just like the Citadel. Every single POI around that area had the same kind of vibe to it. While the
yeah,
Japanese one,
agreed.
we had Mega City. We had I forgot the names. Kenjutsu Crossing
Not
was
Yeah.
like a big temple. We had like a nice little village with like
spring one.
cherry blossom. Like yeah,
Simi Streams or whatever that was.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was
So,
just
That
see,
was
nice.
fun.
it was
But
yeah,
different.
one thing. Oh, sorry, you don't
no,
need
you
to.
go.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say one thing that I feel like that chapter 4 didn't have to chapter 3 was the story. Where was it?
True.
Like
Absolutely.
It
chapter
started
Sign,
good
it
and
was
3,
then it
shit.
just
I'm
died.
sorry. If Sign's watching, it's
yeah,
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
It
it
is.
I agree with Jake.
it started good, but it
Yeah,
No,
When
the
they
first
shoulda
season
kept
season
two
was
stuff.
great with the
had
Oathbound and the Seven and Amy and all that. That was great, and then it just dropped. It's like
yeah,
that whole story just
it's like
disappeared.
they kept starting something good and then flopped it.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
season 1 was solid. I think season 1 was a really
Oh, it
good
was. Yeah.
storyline season,
oh
but
yeah,
then it
100%.
dropped and nothing came from it. Season 2 started good as well, where we got Drift back, we got all this lore, and then it was
Yeah,
so confusing and hard to follow. It didn't end up doing
season
anything.
3
Season
was
3,
well,
it
that
was
was
Because they
sick,
okay.
don't show
actually.
us;
It
they make
started
us
teasing
read it.
Gator Thorn,
Yeah.
it started doing
Yeah,
all this
exactly,
stuff, and
Purex.
then it just didn't do anything.
That's
Because
another
Like,
I
topic
this
I
feel
could
like
big
talk about
reveal.
forever. It's the storyline.
This big
yeah, like
reveal is something we've needed all chapter, because we haven't gotten any reveals. We
exactly
haven't seen Jenna, we haven't seen the Shapeless Man, we never got to see the Nothing. Like,
because like what was it in chapter 3, right? We had the collision event,
yeah,
and then we had Fracture. I know Fracture wasn't a it was a miss, but still had story around it. But
yeah.
like in chapter 4, we get what a bloody story and what's it called, quests, like, and the main villain dies in a side quest.
I know.
Like
Yeah,
no, it
That's
doesn't.
funny.
That's not how it should be. And I
Yeah,
dies
think
to the
so
that
crew
helped
pack.
with chapter 4.
Like what? She just
for
comes
real.
out of nowhere and she's like, "All right, you're dead. What the hell? What are we doing?
A
What
crew
we?
pack skinned out of a
What did she
horse.
Exactly.
do? Did she like bite him or something? Like doesn't
That's
make
why.
any
For real.
sense.
That's why I'm excited for Charlie to take over. Hopefully, he refreshes it. He seems like a really switched on
Please,
dude. So I'm hoping he changes it and
please.
refreshes it.
Please.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Can I
Yeah.
say something? Jake is very aware of this. I do not like Fortnite storyline. I have not liked it in a very long time. I think it's an awfully paced
Reset.
storyline with a bunch of lackluster characters that don't get built up at all. And
I
I
completely agree.
finally have a bit of hope with this new guy that he knows what
Really?
he's doing. Yes,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't think that it was executed well. The storyline is lackluster. It seems like they never fully know what to do with it. And that's why I
Yeah.
hope this
Yeah.
new guy, he actually has an idea of where to go, how to build up characters. Like
That'd be cool.
Exactly.
Mustard,
Yeah.
he kept introducing new characters but didn't do anything with them. The only ones he
Yeah.
did something with was Sloan and Jones. And then what happened to them? Where are they now? It doesn't make
Yeah.
any
And
sense.
then that's why I hope this event resets everything. Like,
Yeah.
and then this could be
Yes,
how the
reset
new guy
everything.
takes
Clean
control.
start.
Well,
Kill
that's
off
why
Yeah,
I
Sloan,
exactly.
kill off Jones. Kill them
that's
all
why I
off.
thought
And
to myself, like,
Kill 'em
it's
all.
kind of a perfect situation for, like, obviously Donald Mustard's retiring or retired, and he's
yeah.
like, okay, I gotta give my next guy like a good starting point. Like, I can't just give him a story that's all over the place and messed up because obviously, he just can't finish it up and wrap it up the way he wanted to.
Yeah.
I think his name's Charlie Wen, right?
Yeah.
The new guy. He wrote Kratos.
Yes,
Kratos. I
he's
mean,
I
he's
love him.
actually worked on good story games and
Marvel
movies
and
and
Kratos,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I
But
have hope too.
but back to chapter 5 real quick. I'm hopeful for the map. I mean I saw it, but it's not finished whatsoever. I saw the terrain, I think that's what it was. It was just the
Yeah.
terrain. Which it looked like it could be a good shape of a map. It still does look more towards like chapter 4 than chapter 3. I still don't know how to explain that, but I feel like chapter 3 was good and I'm really hoping for more of a chapter 3 feel. Like
Agreed.
personally, it's not chapter 3 feeling more like chapter 1. It's more of like chapter 3 just feeling good. Like it felt more like Fortnite. And chapter 4, it was good. I'm not saying chapter 4 was bad. I just think chapter 3, I want something more like chapter 3 for chapter 5 because chapter 3 made me more excited than
Yeah.
chapter 4.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful for that. I don't know about the storyline at this point. We'll have to see after the event because they might just drop this point. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I
Jake,
hope that they tie up some endings, but yeah.
you mentioned a vehicle that you think is gonna come
Oh
out
yeah.
next season.
The train.
The train.
Was it the?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was the train. It was the train. Yeah.
oh my
Oh,
gosh! I
that's
thought you
hype
were
though.
talking about like an actual vehicle, not. Okay.
No, sorry.
Okay,
I should have
got you.
worded that a bit better. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
the
funny.
train would be hype though. We've been wanting something like that
Imagine
It would
like
be a
forever.
good.
imagine like HP while there's a little station and you're fighting and you're
Aw.
about to lose like a fight and you're like stuff this the train's coming, let's just jump on it and just leave this place and then you just like
Imagine
tell
the
the train.
memes where you knock somebody and like throw them down on the tracks
Oh
Oh
my
my
in front
god.
of
god.
the train
Okay,
and
that's a
just
bit
wait
brutal,
Revenge
dude.
for it
I
to
style.
don't know
come.
about that.
No, but
Jeez.
imagine
We
would be
could probably
funny.
be hit by the train. That'd be awesome.
Like,
That'd be
you're just
awesome.
carrying them. Oh, you're gonna die now.
You hear the train horn coming.
It takes me flashbacks
Not
to
the
Red Dead
land really
Redemption,
too
and
many
I don't want
times.
to. Yeah, I don't want to talk
Yeah.
about what I did in Red Dead Redemption. Shouldn't be on this
Oh,
podcast.
no.
Oh,
What I did say.
no.
Oh my gosh.
Snazzy, what do you think about
Oh.
Chapter 5? Do you have any hopes or any theories?
Uh, honestly, I mean, I'm not a huge storyline guy. I do echo a lot of what you guys already said, though. In terms of just like, I have hope that based on what I've seen from the map, like I said, I am excited for that snowy mountain biome that I kind of missed from Chapter 2. I like that elevation that the map used to have. I don't feel like we have that at the moment. But for me, it's honestly, I've always felt like the meta, the actual weapon pool, is what pulls me in. If there is not good movement, I get a little angry. If the movement's just sucky, it ruins the map.
Angie and
Like the
Sucky.
game. Yeah, if it's just not there, that's like my biggest concern. But yeah, I mean, I honestly like everything's been really said already.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. What about you,
For sure.
Taylor? You got anything you want to add to the Chapter 5 discussion?
Not much. I needed to be like at least Chapter 3 level of good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm loving you
Chapter 3,
guys. I
Season
like this
1.
group. Let's go.
Chapter 3 love.
We got this group on all the
We
time.
love Chapter 3.
Yes, sir.
Chapter
Of
3 was
course,
good.
wacky items, good mobility.
Yeah.
Good
And don't-
map. I hated the jungle biome in Chapter 4. I feel like that was just
Yes.
really
It's
clunky.
too big. It's
The
way too big.
Wilds
Yeah.
is one of the worst seasons I think
Oh,
Fortnite has
yes.
ever had.
Easily.
Fact.
And I
It's my
think the
top 5
summer
worst.
season, I think the summer event like made it 2 times worse. Like I actually was like just livid at how like let's
Yeah.
let's
I love
spray
that word,
paint a
livid.
waterfall and call it a day.
Yeah,
I'm so
do
glad
more
that I
of
don't feel alone.
We need to do
That-
more better.
Like people
events
say,
like
people
that.
say Vibin was bad, but at least Vibin had a really nice. Like, I love the reality biome. That's one of my favorite biomes in the whole game. Is the reality biome.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I
And
mean,
like,
it wasn't that
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
It was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
I
and-
like
I
the
still
roller
think-
coaster hill and everything. That was dope.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
Overall.
Vibin
Yeah.
felt like a fake advertisement though from the trailers. Like
Kinda.
you just know when the characters are having fun in the trailer, it's not gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Like it's just
That was with the
like they
summer
did it
event
with the
before.
summer
Yeah,
trailer.
yeah.
They did it with the summer trailer in Vibin. Like the characters are having fun doing emotes. Woohoo! Like what are we gonna do with that?
We're really gonna do that too.
Fortnite's so good.
It's
No,
also
it's
so,
So
like,
fun.
too
Hey bro,
long,
speak for
you know?
yourself, man. I have fun doing emotes.
not. I mean, you
Oh,
pay
yeah.
for so many of them. Of course
Yeah.
you have to.
Did you guys
I
see
have
how?
to have fun with them.
Yeah. Did you guys see how the season dates were leaked as well?
Yeah, that's cool.
And
Oh,
they
cool.
lined up exactly with this chapter's dates. So I think we're getting in for another
So
1 year
too
chapter.
long. Yeah.
So
I just feel,
W.
I feel like the
Have
season,
fun.
when the seasons don't have a lot of content in them and it's a bit like bland throughout it and it drags on, it just makes me hate a season even more. I want it to be like
Yeah.
Oh,
shorter
same.
with heaps of content.
I like
Mhm.
this 1 year chapter thingy. It keeps me interested in the game. I feel like if it went longer, I'd just get bored so quickly of the games.
Especially
So I'm
without
glad they're
events.
keeping it. Oh yeah,
Watch
for
us
sure.
hit chapter X, and then we're gonna have like I don't know, book
20 seasons.
book 1, book 2, chapter
Yeah.
1, chapter.
Do you have
Yeah,
anything
it's
else,
gonna be
Taylor, that
that.
you want to talk about chapter 5?
No,
No?
that's basically it.
Alright. I think at the end of the day, like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going in with like high expectations.
Yeah.
Same.
Which I
Yeah,
probably
Mhm.
a
which, I,
bit.
which I probably shouldn't because if they get let down. But I do think
Nah,
that
we got this.
Fortnite can pull this off. I just hope that we go. I'm going to be positive, right? I don't want to go in with a negative mindset. I want to be positive about what the future could hold. And if it's crap, well then yeah, obviously I'm gonna have my negative like says about it. But I just want to try and be positive with it and be open minded and just hope that it's going to be a good experience, a good journey. We've got a ton of fresh new faces that are like coming in for this experience. So and we've got a ton of other modes as well to occupy us. So even though a season might be long, we might enjoy the racing mode or the Lego mode more. So I'm just hoping that overall it's going to be a fun experience and it's going to be a
I'm-
new beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
me too. I'm hopeful that this racing mode is like Mario Kart a little bit
Oh
because
please.
that would be
Yes.
fun. Imagine Mario Kart on like with just your buddies that don't have Switches or anything like that. Like imagine
Yeah.
Fortnite Kart. Like if they
Yes.
I
add
mean, there's
like
Disney Speedstorm. You know what I mean?
That's fun.
really,
It's actually quite fun.
I
yeah.
like it,
It's
yeah.
not even
Okay.
that bad.
but like imagine being able to throw like what would you even throw your teammates? Like impulse grenades at people while you're racing down this
Pokeballs.
ledge.
Oh
The
my
car
god.
starts
Killer
dancing.
grenades.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
goodness! You have to
It
like
starts spinning around.
no, but that would be fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah. I just hope they would update it, like not just release it and then keep it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But there's a ton of maps,
Yeah.
so that's
Are
good.
there?
And you get to vote maps, I think, which is
Oh
gonna be
yeah, right. That's right.
I reckon
Yeah.
it's going to be very overwhelming. Like, and it is leaked that the racing and Legos not all coming at the same time. Same with the festival; it's
good.
all going to be
Very
staggered
good.
I like
throughout the
that.
month.
Good.
So I think that's going to be good because it's not like all the content is just there straight off the bat, and then we get bored of it. Like it's staggered out throughout the month.
That's what
Um,
Chapter 3 Season 1 did so well.
Yeah.
They showed so many things in the trailers, but it was all spread throughout
Yeah.
the season. So it kept us
Like
interested.
Plombos, the weather, all that
Like
stuff.
Plombo, Tilted, the lightning
Yeah.
Oh,
storms,
yep.
I
and all
think
that. Like it was spread out.
I think we are.
Iron Man
I
is
think
it?
we're good for. I think we're in a. I can't even say this word. We're good.
good
I can't even
hands.
say it. I'm excited for this month. We're gonna have a good month. I think. I couldn't even
Yeah.
spit that out.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
It's gonna be a
like,
great
agree.
month.
yeah, it's gonna be a great month. I think that Chapter 5 could be good. I'm excited for it, and I'm just excited for like what Fortnite, what they do, because these other game modes are such a good outlet for other collaborations to come into the game too. I used to be a person that didn't like collaborations and thought it was ruining the game, but I'm loving them now. Like having Jack Skellington, Michael Myers, like all that stuff, so sick. Omni Man, like it's cool. Like I love
Labs are
seeing
the
what
only
they're
thing
doing.
keeping me interested.
Yeah, the collabs they feed us now. Like we used to complain about it, but now we're thriving off these collabs. Like, and Fortnite, please give
Yeah.
us more TikTok emotes. I know it's cringe. I'm sorry, guys, but I like the TikTok emotes. Can you give me like maybe a greedy Tate McRae
If they
emote or
could
something?
give us,
I
like,
love that.
Okay,
good
okay,
ones.
Jake,
Of
come on,
course.
chill.
Oh, no.
Bruh.
I want a Savage Love TikTok dance emote. That would be so
Oh
good.
yeah, savage. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Jake,
Yes.
stop.
Sorry.
Oh wait, we should get
I should be in charge of the. I know if I was in charge,
No,
it'd
you
just be a
shouldn't.
crap.
No,
It would be a
bro.
shit show.
We'd never get a good emote.
Imagine if we got like a chug chug with you emote in the next
Well,
battle
they
pass.
teased that.
We
We
actually
never
should
got it.
tease
Like,
Yeah.
Did they?
well, they were
They did
teasing it
tease it.
through
Yeah.
like various things, like through the video that they did, like what song goes with this, and it's like them doing the chug jug stuff. And
And it was
really wish we had
perfectly.
a song to go with
themed.
this. Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I think we'll say that we're either going in with like low expectations but still have a glimmer of hope, or we're just going in full throttle and excited for it.
Nah, mate. I'm going in and I am gonna hate it. I'm gonna despise the entire thing. I'm gonna sit there through
Even
the
if
event
it's
and be like, "Oh,
good.
this sucks.
Yeah.
Boo! This is trash."
We hate this. Fracture was better.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
if that is ever said, I will never look at people ever again. I'll just be alone
Yeah.
forever.
I kind of
Call
want
to
to
a
say
fucking
it
frenzy.
just for the jokes.
Yeah. it would be kind of-
No, bro. If I load up, oh my goodness.
There's
Bro, imagine the event is like insane. It's absolutely amazing. And I just like, it's good.
Well, that's
just
okay.
that
But
one
like,
person
if
that's
like,
it's
"Boo, this
somehow
sucks."
worse than fracture, I would die. I'd
It
die.
can't be. There's
would
no
be-
way.
yeah.
I would curl up and
Jinxing
die.
us, guys.
I think
Oh,
I would
man, the Ice
actually
King event
cry.
exists.
I think at the end of the day, Fortnite's going to pull something magical out of their hat.
Yeah, me
and I
too.
think it's going to be great. But I'm going to try and wrap this up because we're hitting hour 30. I can
Sure.
see that Snazzy is like tired. He looks like he's about to like
No,
over
I'm
and
not
fall asleep.
tired.
He stayed up all night, so he's
I have been up for at this point 30 hours straight. So
Wow.
Oh, wow.
for the people
We're
that
going.
for the people that are listening back on this podcast, specifically on YouTube, because I'm very lazy with uploading to Spotify. Let me know how excited you are for the event. And it's going to be I'm going to post this tomorrow, so it's going to be very interesting to look back on this and seeing like if we're wrong or right about the event when it actually releases. Before we do end it up, though, I'd like to give a shout out to every person that's in here. So you guys can shout out a community, a person, multiple people. It's up to you. So I'm going to start off with Purex first, and then move down the list. And you guys just give a shout out to whoever you want or whatever you want. And I'll give you time.
Alright, what I do?
Just shout out somebody or something.
Shout out.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna shout out Mr. Popcorn.
I knew it.
He's the best. I love him. Genuinely the best creature on this planet. Like, there's no one better than him. So go give him a follow. He's the goat.
I'm gonna,
Mr. Popcorn.
yeah, Mr. Popcorn.
Mr. Popcorn.
Yeah,
Like
he's like an
there's an
artist.
E.
Okay.
He's
Best artist. The museum worthy.
he's
Basically.
very down about his art and he reckons he doesn't have a good style, but he has a very unique like cartoony style and I think it needs to be seen by more people. So
And he's the funniest person on earth as well.
yeah.
Let me add that.
Facts.
And he's bald. Plus that.
He's bald,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Not really, but he's bald, yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Joker? Do you have anyone to shout out? Anything to plug, self promote?
Alright, so first off, one of my friends, Shadow Prime on Twitter, he posts Spider-Man for photography, one of my mates. Then myself on Twitter, gotta get the self promo, Joker NZ underscore. Be posting a lot throughout December for, new chapter, end of this season. Yeah.
I'll link everyone's stuff down below as well, like I usually do. Mainly their Twitters, and I'm sure their Twitters will have like links to their other platforms and that.
Mhm.
But yeah, what about you, PB Joe? What do you think?
All right. Shout out to my grandma.
We love you,
Nah,
grandma.
I'm just kidding. But I don't got many friends, so I don't got friends like you guys. So
I
subscribe
don't
to
have any
PBJ on
friends.
YouTube.
Hey, you got Clan in your
I don't-
podcast that you do. Like,
Okay,
plug that.
subscribe to Clan and PBJ.
PBJ and
We're the
Clan
best.
do a
Nice.
Everything Fortnite podcast, so definitely go check that out as well. I quite like listening. I've
Nice.
been wanting to get PBJ on here and like to finally get talk to him and have him on here. I'm like really excited. So yeah, I like your work, dude. Like Clan says, you got a bit of like that bite-sized content as well, which
Yeah.
it's good. Like it's not too long, but it's enough to digest and take in, and it's good quality too. Like you produce it at good quality. So thank you for being on finally, which is amazing.
It's my pleasure.
What about you, Snazzy?
that
What do you got, bro?
hilarious.
Definitely would want to shout out my buddy Rockman V. He's working on concepts that he wants to get into the game at some point.
Nice.
He's got some really great concepts he's made with Geeky.
Oh yeah.
If you guys know him on Twitter.
Yep.
Okay, he's the goat.
Yeah, definitely shout him out. And then obviously myself. But small thing. I don't know if this has been announced anywhere else besides Jake's Twitter, but the Content Creator Lounge has been an amazing idea, and shout out to Jake for making that happen and
So
making
true.
a lot of new connections for everyone. It's been amazing. So
It's great.
obviously,
It's still in like a beta testing mode. Like I might have extended a bit more and like invite other people in as well. But for now, it's strictly to content creators. But it's been great to be able to. Like, I've never been so productive in all my life than being in that VC, just chilling with people that are doing the same thing. Like I'm working
Yeah.
and accomplishing things that I didn't think I would be able to. And then as soon as chapter 5 starts, I want to utilize that to create actual public content. So but yeah, I appreciate everyone for joining and yeah, being a part of it.
yeah,
Of course.
And getting to meet all you guys as well. Do you have anything else?
exactly.
Or ready to move on to Tato?
Go and stare.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to my dog, Willow.
Oh,
She's sitting
I
right
love
next
you,
to me.
Willow.
She's my best friend.
That's
Um,
nice.
The only other people I could think of are like the people who have gotten me here, but they've all been on the podcast. Everyone probably already knows them. We got Clark Tedious. Cyan's there. Go send a lot of hate to Cyan. But you
What?
know, he's part of it.
Hey, okay.
That's it.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being on again. Really appreciate it. And thank you for Purex for always sticking around. And
What about Joker?
he did it. He plugged his.
Yeah,
Did he?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't
Nah,
forget
am
this
so-
time.
I'm so
Woo.
bad at this, bro.
Yes. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to episode 11 of the Loot Lounge. This will just be before the event and new season, so definitely if you're listening to it, hopefully you've got to gather all the info and stuff that we think, and it'll be interesting to see how it what happens after the event and that, and if we're right or wrong or our theories, see how they go. But thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.